everyone, this is Robin Pike with Crafty Stamper, and today I have 4 cards that I'm going to share with you, and I'm using the Springtime Scenes stamp set and the dies that go with it. And here's the dies, and it's just a really cute bundle. I've used almost everything that was in here except for this big leaf. Used it, and I didn't use this circle here. I think the rest of it I ended up using just to show you how these the stamp set and the dies are so cute and work so good together. And I made it a simple card. All 4 of them are fairly simple. They do have some layers on them, and they do have the embossing folder here, the beautiful pattern embossing folder, which I really do like. I enjoy using it. So if you don't have this one, it might be something that you want to grab, because it just, to me, it goes with a lot of different things. And so anyway, today I'm going to show you the card that we're going to make. This is one of them here. And I thought that's just a pretty card, a simple card. It does have some layers, like I said. With the embossing folder, and then I put some color in here, and this is Flirty Flamingo. It's not really showing up as bright as it is in person, but anyway, I want to go ahead and show you. Now, if you place a $50 order with me this week through the end, let's see, today is, let me check and see what the date is. The date's March 24th. So if you place an order with me sometime between now and Friday, which is the 27th, I will be mailing these kits out to you for your, just as a thank you gift for your business. And so, and I thought I would go over all of them with you and show you how to put them together. That way you can reference back to this video. And then also I will be emailing you a PDF. So make sure when you do purchase that you put the correct address in there, because that's where the kits will be sent to. So whatever address you use in Stampin' Up, when you do place the order, and you can go to my website, which is craftystamper.com. And I have an online store there, and you can just go in there and make your purchase of $50. And that's before your rewards or anything. And then, or after your rewards, I guess I should, let's see, is it before or after? Whichever way it is. And anyway, it's just got to be $50. And then the tax and shipping and all of that is, would be extra on it. So anyway, I hope that made sense. But so I guess that's all I need to say, just a reminder. So let's go ahead and let's get started. Let's make the card. And this is one of the card kits here. So this is everything that you will be getting in here. So I'm going to be sending you the base card here. I'm just going to go ahead and give it a good crease. She's fine, Mother. She's laying here. And then here is the embossing folder here. So we're going to put that down. Okay, and then we're going to use it this way. So I'm going to flip it this way. And then we're going to get the Flirty Flamingo, and we're going to put it in. Okay. And then we're going to take this, and all of this will be cut for you. I will go ahead and cut it for you. Now, if you already have the stamp set, and the only thing that you'll need is the words out of it. If you don't want to use those words, you can use whatever that you have. So just remember that, in which it would be very simple to go ahead and, use whatever that you have. So, but I tell you what I did here. I went ahead. Let's go to this part right here. Okay, so we've got this, and I'm going to go ahead, and there's this small little leaf here that's in the stamp set. And I'm going to get the soft seafoam green here. And I'm going to stamp off. Then I'm just going to put it on here and just give like a light stamp. I just didn't like it being real white. So, and just turn it. And that way everything's not going in the same position. And then I'm going to do one more. Okay. And I don't know if you can see it. It's very light, which is what I wanted. Okay, so we will go ahead and we're going to close that up. And then I'm going to stamp, let's see, let me get my Memento ink here, the black. And I'm going to stamp Sweet Springtime. It looks like everything's all crooked. And I'm just going to place it up toward the top. Okay, and that looks good there. Close that back up so we don't make a mess. Okay, and so this is ready to go together. So what I did here, when you cut this out using the circle, it cuts these two pieces separately. So you've got your circle here, and then you've got your little piece there. I went ahead and used this piece just to give it some thickness here, because when I put this on, then that helped to keep it pushed up, having the extra piece back in the back. So, and then this is the way that we will put this on, is like this. So I'm just going to go ahead, and this is the way I did mine. I did put this in dimensionals. I'm going to put one in the middle. And I hope you like these cards. I thought they were just, the colors just remind me of spring. And so, and like I said, I didn't, want to make it hard. I just wanted it to be a fun card to make. So we're not doing layers and things, or not layers, but we're not doing fun folds, is what I meant to say, or anything like that today. It's just pretty cards, pretty spring color cards. And I'm just putting a little bit of glue around this. And we're going to put that down. And this is the way that I did it. Okay. Then I went, added some glue to this, and then put this, let me get my smaller bottle, and just dab a little bit of glue here and there. And then we're just going to kind of put this over toward this direction. Just going to kind of lay it right in here. Let's see, I think I need to come around this way a little bit more. And I'm sticking to it. All right. Okay. Now we've got that on there. And then I did stamp some of these leaves. So that is something that you will need this stamp set for. If you want these leaves, because I can't send any stamped images to you. So you will need that. And I just glued these down. Let me see. Yes, I did glue them down. I just wanted to make sure. At first, it looked like it was kind of sitting up. And what I did here, you see this little leaf right here? Well, I just took this and I put it over top of it. So that was my starting point there. So once I did that, then I took the other leaves. Just put a little bit of glue on them. And then I just kind of, let's see, I kind of put it over like that right there. And then my other one, I did the same thing, except I put it up at the top. So I just kind of built up on top of that. And then the bow will end up covering that up. And I did forget to mention, I will be sending a little piece of scrap paper here, and that's where you're going to do your leaf. And all you're going to do is just take this stamp set here with your leaf. And then you're just going to stamp you 3 of them. And then you will cut them out. And there's the 3. And then we will cut them out and get the, because there are 2 different leaves here. Okay, this is the one that you're going to use to cut these out with. So it's going to be just the one that's open here. And just put it on there and then run that through 3 times. Now there is this leaf here, but it will actually cut those centers out and give you more of an outline. So, but this is the one that you will want to use for those. Okay, so I'll set that aside. And then here, move that one. And then I'm just going to tie a little bow, and you'll receive the twine here. And I think it was like 14 inches or something like that. About 13 and a half, it looks like. So, and I'm just going to do a double. My hands are all sticky from the glue. So, all right. And that's done. And we're just going to put it right here. We're going to use some glue dots to hold it on with. Okay. And I'm just going to give that a little cut because I think it needs to be cut just a tad. I don't like it that long. But, you know, if you like yours longer, then you can leave it longer. And then you'll also be getting these embellishments here. You'll get 3 of them. And then we're just going to put them on here. And then one here is where I put it. And then I did this one. And that is your finished card. So I thought that just turned out so cute, so pretty. Love the colors and everything. Like I said, the color's not so bright as it is. You know how bright Flirty Flamingo is. So just keep that in mind. It looks more of a muted color on here. Okay, and you will get the envelope. So, oh, and the inside. Got the inside for you, so we can just put that inside. And then, of course, the envelope is right here. So you'll have everything in your kit to make the first card. So let's go on to the second card. Let's get the stuff out here that you will be receiving. Okay. And here's your card base. And I don't know if you pay attention to it. I don't know if you can really see it, but there's a thicker line here. This is the line that I fold on the inside. If you look on this side, you can see it's not thick and bulged out like this one is here. So this is, I like to crease it this way and put that on the inside. Okay. And then here's the card that we're going to be doing. I thought the colors were so pretty in this one. I love all the bright colors. So I just enjoy it being springtime and working with all the bright colors and stuff. And the weather's been gorgeous here. Now, yesterday it was a little cooler. It was windy yesterday, but it was still probably warm compared to some places, I guess. But today I think it's supposed to be like 71, and yesterday was in the 60s. And then I'm gonna put this piece of paper here on here, and this is Petunia Pop. Of course, you know it's going away once the end of April. And then the new catalog will be coming out with all of our new colors, our in colors, in May. So that will be a fun time. And get ready, because there's a lot of pretty things that that Stampin' Up! Has in the catalog. In fact, I placed an order this morning, and I'm so excited to get it. Can't wait to share it with everyone. Okay, so here we're just going to do the same thing. We're going to use our Stampin' Dimensionals. We're going to put our, well, we can't put our circle down until I put our sentiment on there. And let's see if it's this one here. Celebrate New Beginnings. That's it. So let's get our Memento ink back out. Make sure I've got that. I didn't. So there is a correct side. And when you get your circle, it's got kind of a beveled edge, or it's like a smoother side here than this. This is more of a rough side. Can you see? You can kind of see right there where that's rough. And then this is like more smooth. So make sure you stamp on the correct side. We're just going to put this right up at the top. And close it back up. Move that out of the way. Okay, and then we can go ahead and flip this over and put it on dimensionals. Okay. And then we're just going to place this right in here. And there isn't any really particular place that I'm putting it. This, I'm kind of looking at our sentiment here and kind of going right up above the line here with our Petunia Pop that we used. And you can go up, down, you can, you know, do whatever. And then we're just going to place this on here. I just like these, the plain circles here. I thought that they were cute. I did use another one. One of the ones, well, I guess the other one was one of the ones that had the leaves on it. The first one that we did. It had the leaves going around it. There's so many different cards that you can create with this set. And but I kind of went with the same theme here of, you know, having the little circles and then the little color in behind here. But there's just a ton of different ways to do everything. So this is just a really fun stamp set and dies. All right. So, and there is a right and wrong side to use. I'll get it out in a minute. On these little black things too, the smooth side, you want to make sure that it's the one that's up. And here we're just going to put those right in the center. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue here. Doesn't take much. And then we need one more. Okay. So now we are going to put one of these up on dimensionals, and then the other ones will be glued down. So let's see. And I'm just going to use one dimensional. And I'm just going to place it right here in the center. And then this one will be glued down. It's sticking to everything. We're just going to kind of tuck it. And then we're going to do the same thing with this one. Just a little bit of glue, and we're just going to tuck it. Okay. And now we're going to get our little white leaves. And I decided to do white on there. I didn't want to do green because I didn't want to have that color mixed in with the colors that I was using. So I just did white. And I thought it looked real nice. And I love the white background on these cards. I think it looks so clean and neat. I'm going to press these down a little bit. They still haven't dried yet, so they're wanting to move around a little bit. And I like for the leaves to kind of stick up on the ends. So if you notice, I didn't put glue down here. I just kind of run it down about halfway, or maybe 3/4 or 1/3 of the way, I guess you'd say. And then this one we're just going to tuck underneath here. I need to slide that one a little bit closer. I think I ended up there. There we go. That looks better. That's exactly where I wanted it. Okay, we're going to take this other one. We're going to do the same. And you can see how it's kind of lifted up right there. That makes it look more natural to me than if they were just flat stuck down. We don't want them to be flat and glued down. That wouldn't be pretty. All right, so let's take these, and you'll also get these in your kit. And I will have where I got all of these, the names of them, of all the embellishments and stuff, and that will be in the PDF. And I'm not sure. I have so many different ones, and these looked really good, and I used them. So I'm not sure. Some of them may be retired. I'm not really sure. But if you get the kit, or if you make a purchase and get the kit, then it won't matter because you'll have them. All right. So then here's your piece to go inside. And that is the second card. I think that's just pretty. Love the colors. And see, they come together very easy, but they're just so pretty, I think. Okay. And the next one, I love the colors on it. I love the reds and the whites and everything. I think it's pretty. Okay, so here we go. And just remember, this is it's got the, you can't really see it on here. Let's see if I hold it up like that. This is the one that's, thicker, got the thicker crease going across through there. And that's the one we want on the inside. So here we go. We're just going to give this a good crease. And we're just going to put some glue on here. And then we're just going to put this down here. And all of the cards, I believe, I did were portrait. Okay. So, and then we're just going to put this down here. Got a good bit of glue on that. I need to get this up closer. get my silicone mat and wipe some of it off. These are great, especially with me, as messy as I am. Okay, got that on. And then let's go ahead and let's put our little ladybug together. It's so cute. I just love this little ladybug. I just love the color of this. This card, I just really do like. I think it just is so bright and just really catches your eye. And so let's see. I need to get this. It says you brighten my day. Let's see where it is. Here it is. And we're just going to put this kind of right in the center. Okay, got that done. And I'll tell you what I did with this. And I need to see. Okay, here it is. So I took just a piece of white cardstock, just some scrap. And I took old olive and I took my Daffodil Delight. I put my Daffodil Delight down first. And let me show you. We're looking at this, what I did. And I just went, we'll flip it over on this side here. And I just got my Daffodil Delight and I just did this right here. I just went all down through here, gave it some yellow color. It ain't got to be anything special. Did that. Then I went and I took the old olive. And I just went over it like this right here. And it doesn't matter if it's streaking, if you got the globs, you know, it doesn't matter. That just adds to it. And then so that's my base there. That's what I'm going to cut my leaves from. So then you've got two sets of leaves here. You've got this set, which cuts the outline. Then you've got this one. Well, I say it cuts the outline. And it does. This cuts an outline too. So it's kind of hard. Let's see. This is more detailed. Maybe that's how you say it. This is detailed. It's got all your details through here. This is just your outline. So, and I cut both of those. And that's how I got my leaves here. And then I just glued the top one, which is from this die here. I took it and glued it to the solid piece, which is here, and got this look here. Okay. So that's how I did that. So let's go ahead and let's move that out of the way. And then I'm going to be ready to put this down. Look at our dimensionals. Okay. I can lose things quicker than anybody. I don't even know what I do with my dimensionals I was using just a while ago. Does anybody else ever do that? Okay. So we've got that done. Let's bring this back in. And this has an orangey look to it, but it's real red. It's real red and it's really pretty. Okay, so here I'm just laying this on here like that. And we're going to glue this little piece down here. And it does go below this. And that sets up, which I really do like. I think that just gives it more of a pop. If you didn't like that, then don't put the circle on dimensionals. Just put it down flat. Or if you wanted to take the time, you might could try to put dimensionals on this. That'd kind of be tough, but you could do it. Okay, and then I'm just going to get that all the way here evenly. Okay. And then these I just put down with glue. I just had one where it was coming up through here. I wanted it to kind of go around the sentiment. And then this one's just going to kind of come this way and then hang off the edge on this side. And just put a little dab of glue. And we're just going to have these meet up here. And then our cute little ladybug. Is she not the cutest? Let's see. I just glued her down. I didn't. Or you could use your glue dots. I think I may have used glue on that. I'm just going to use glue on this right now. I need to hold that down just a little bit longer. And then I put the little dewdrops. Oh, here they are. You'll get 3 of those in here. And I'll try to give one of the bigger ones and then one of those, and then 2 of the smaller ones. But I may end up running out, and of course they are on back order. They was the last time I checked. So you may get small ones or something. So whoever who gets their order in first will be able to get the 2 small ones and the large one. This one and stick, and I just think they look so pretty on here. Okay, we've got that. And then that, I'm going to move this one over just a tad. I don't like it to be right there in the center. There, that looks good there. Okay, so that is the 3rd card. And then here's the inside. And your envelope. Okay. And we've got one more to go over. And it's a pretty yellow one. All right. And this is what we're creating this time. And I just thought that was really pretty with all the flowers and stuff and the different colors and the yellow. I just love it. Perfect for spring. I just, like I said, I loved all these colors. I thought they were all just so pretty. And be careful when you're pulling your stuff out because, you know, we could lose it. I could have lost that really easily when I took them out. So don't be like me. Okay. So I need to go ahead and get the crease. And then we'll get that centered on here. I just think that embossing folder is just so pretty. Love it. Love it, love it. Okay, so on this one, let's see. I can't remember if I put that. Yeah, I did use glue dots on it. Okay, so what we're going to do first is we're going to take the grass out of the stamp set. And we're just going to ink it halfway up. Use Old Olive. Or if you ink it all the way up, it doesn't matter. But we're just going to create some stems here for the flowers to sit on. So, and I just kind of went across, did some lower, did some higher. And there. See how easy that is? These cards just come together so easy, but they're just so pretty, I think. Okay, so here we're going to, let's see, we're going to put, let me get my, here it is. Okay. We're going to put a little blue one right here. And we're just going to put one of these Flirty Flamingo. And then we're going to put the Daffodil Delight. I think is what color this was. It was in one of my sprout pieces. And so I think it was, I think it's Daffodil Delight is what I think it is. I have a big old drawer full of my scraps. And so I just pulled it from one of those drawers. All right, do that. And then we're going to put this. This may be Strawberry Slush, I think. I think it's Strawberry Slush. I said Flirty Flamingo, but it's Strawberry Slush. All right, so we've got that. So now we want to put the inside. And I just took these little dots here and used them. So we're going to take the little yellow ones and we're going to place right in the center. And then I've got the little light pink ones, so we're putting inside of those. And then we've got the little turquoise one. Boy, my fingers are sticky. And we're just going to put it right here in the center. Okay. I'm not sure if this got sticky on it. Yeah, I guess it does have sticky on it. Okay, so here we're just going to put this up on dimensionals. Let's put one in the center. So how many people like the white cards? Do you like white or do you prefer? I like both of them. I almost forgot to put my little strip down. I like both. I like having some cards with the color, you know, and then I like the white. But I'm leaning more toward white these days. Used to never be like that, but I just really think it's clean and just I just like the look of it. Oops. Sliding this one around. And how I'm trying to line it up is by the little dots and stuff. Let's see if I can hold that up there. There you go. By the dots in the embossing folder there. That kind of helps everything up to where it's straight. Okay. And now we're going to put our little circle down. Yeah, right up here. Oh no, I did not put Sending Lots of Sunshine. That was not good. So let's see. I'm probably going to mess this up. Let me see. I'm just going to have to take these off. I bet y'all was screaming at me. Hurry up. No, don't do that. It's my arm. Okay. Let's try this. Now let's get our Memento ink back out. See if we can do it right this time. And there we go. And if I was you, I would probably stamp the sentiment before I put the flowers down. That way you don't have to try to worry about that. So try to get into the flowers and things. So okay, let me put a thinner here. And then we're just going to put, my blue did come off. The little turquoise color. I knew it didn't seem like it was hanging on very good. And now I don't know what I've done with it. Oh, there it is. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit of glue here. I don't know if I didn't pull the sticky off of it, because these do have the adhesive back on it. Now, hopefully that glue will get on there and set it. Okay, so that's it. That is our finished card there. And then, of course, here's your inside and your envelope. Oh, it's not a card either because I have to put this on here. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just getting ahead of myself. So now we just lay this around here. Then our card will be complete. And just remember, if you place a $50 order, and it has to be $50 after you use rewards and everything. So if you had $70 in your cart and then you used your rewards and it come down to $49, that won't get the kit. But it won't get it because I have to make money too. And so they just make sure that's a $50 order that you put in, and that is after all your rewards and everything else have been applied. It has to be $50. So and I will send you these kits. I will mail them to the address that you use when you place your order. So I would love to send you these kits. Let's get them back out here one more time for you to see. There. Got this here. And your envelopes do come with it. And there's this. And this one. And don't forget, this is the stamp set that I used with the dies. And let me see the embossing folder, what I did with it. Here it is. Here's the embossing folder that I used, the beautiful pattern embossing folder. And then this, and then if you need the code, the item code or the item number, it's 167457 for the stamp set. And for the dies, it's going to be 167460. And I would love to have your business, and I appreciate you hanging out with me today. And I hope you join me next time. Thanks a lot. Have a great day.